Hello and welcome back. We are doing some more Tiny Glade. So this is the final episode of Springtown, which is I guess the official name for it, because that's what I've been calling it. So there you go. So we're doing some finishing touches around town. Unfortunately, I don't really have space for a potion shop. So we'll have to do one somewhere else, but that's okay. Here I'm just kind of making a walkway. I thought having a house here would just be a bit too much, like I didn't think we had space for that, so that's kind of where we're working with that. So there you go. Um but yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it turns out in the end. But yeah, we do some stuff around town, do some walkways, a couple extra houses. Yeah, that's kind of what we got here. So we've got 15 minutes of that, and then I do a 15-minute tour where I'm not speed up, I'm just kind of showing you what I did and talking a little more about that sort of stuff as well, and just kind of being like, yeah, this is what I was thinking here, and stuff like that, and just kind of showing off the build a bit more, I guess, because when we're doing it fast, like, it looks good, but I feel like we kind of miss some stuff. So I do have a tour recorded already. I actually recorded that before I even recorded the last episode. So it is what it is. Sometimes the timeline gets a little funky, but that's okay. I am feeling better-ish compared to the last episode. I mean, not really. I still feel really quite tense after all that stuff I spoke about yesterday or whenever I posted it. I don't know, recently. My last Tiny Glade episode, I still feel really tense, but I had a lay down. I watched some One Piece. I've washed my face. I had a cupcake. I had a really nice cupcake. My dad's helped his friend do some editing yesterday, and she's like, I'll bring morning tea. And she made cupcakes, and they were really good. Like, they were, I don't know if they were carrot base, like carrot cake base. I feel like they were, because they were it was like a brownish looking base, but it didn't taste like chocolate, and I think it was carrot. So I'm pretty sure the base was carrot. The icing was buttercream. It was like, you could tell it was just a nice buttercream with like a hint of cinnamon. And then on top, there was like these nuts and honey, and they were like mixed together, and it was so good. I had one yesterday after I was done recording, and yeah, I had one then for breakfast. Although I'm thinking of cooking some pesto pasta in a bit for some more breakfast, but I'm just kind of been motivating myself to stand in the kitchen to cook pasta. Because, I've been struggling, sometimes it's a struggle to eat. And when there's food not already in my fridge that I can just stuff in my face, that makes it really hard. I feel like I just lay there hungry until I feel like I'm absolutely dying before I make something. But it is what it is, chat. I'm okay, question mark. So this is where I'm like, oh, I can do a potion shop, and then I was like, maybe up here, and then I was like, nah. Yeah, so I was like, okay, that's where I give up on the idea of the potion shop. So I feel like next time we build a town, we're gonna do the potion shop early on, so I have space for it. I don't know. I think I've got other plans. I think I've got some ideas, some feelings, some thoughts, some theories. We'll see. But yeah. I feel like I want to do, like, this is a very bright and happy town. I want to do something kind of dark and spooky next. So, anyways, I digress. Off topic, I suppose. Although, is anything really on topic? Like, I'm just talking while we build. So I can really talk about whatever I want, and you're just held hostage, chat. Sorry. Not really, though. So, it is what it is, baby! I'm the worst. I am the worst. Like, consistently the worst. But that's okay. You know, sometimes you just gotta live like that, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I didn't want these houses to be too tall either, because, like, I didn't want it to, like, block much of the castle view, because, like, you know, if you live in a castle and you got some fucking neighbor right in the way, like, what is even the point of living in a castle when a neighbor's blocking your view? So I didn't want to block too much. I think the lower level windows are blocked a little, and maybe some of the higher level windows too, but I don't know. I didn't want it to be too tall. I'm like, it can't be taller than the castle. The castle is like the shit, you know what I mean? Like, we can't have, like, just some basic bitch house eclipsing the castle. So, that's kind of where we're at. But yeah. Yeah. Okay. You know, my poor brain. Oh my goodness, I didn't tell you about the coolest part of One Piece. So, I am feeling a little motivated about my depression because of One Piece. So, there's my obligatory mention One Piece. Also, if you guys start watching One Piece because of me, let me know, because I want to hear about your experiences. Please. So I'm up to the Thriller Bark episode arc, and so Usopp is my favorite character. And the reason he's my favorite, he's like, I think Luffy's still my favorite because he's like the captain, he's like the main character. But of the crewmates, Usopp is my favorite, followed very closely by Chopper. But why I really like Usopp is he's scared all the time, but he doesn't let that get in the way of what he's got to do. He does what he can to help his friends, and even though he's not the strongest, he doesn't give up. He just keeps on trying, and I just really like that. Even though he's scared, like the other characters, they're not scared, like they don't care what's going on, but Usopp cares. And I just the fact he's still brave, and well, not brave, but like he's still fighting for his friends, I just think it's really admirable. So that's why I really like Usopp. But he's been having a rough time in the past couple arcs. Like, he had a fight with Luffy, they had a big disagreement about something, not to spoil much, and he was a little awkward around the crew, so much that he was wearing a mask pretending to be someone else. That's not a huge spoiler either. And just being like, yeah, like most of the crew knew who he was, except for the captain, because he's kind of an idiot, but you know, bless him. So like he was pretending to be someone else, and I felt like that kind of like covered up his embarrassment and stuff. I'm like, he's too sweet. So he had a really rough time the past few arcs, and he didn't win any challenges like in the arc before that. Like, he was having a rough time, and so I was so happy when he had a moment this arc where he killed it. Like, he killed it so good. I was so happy for him. So he the way I guess One Piece works is there's these things called devil fruits, and there's hundreds, thousands of them. I don't quite know how many there is, but not everyone in there has one, and they are kind of like, they give you superpowers, and they're different superpowers. Like, there's, you know, a lady who's like a soap. Like, she makes bubbles. There's the main character who's a rubber man. He's all stretchy, but there's a bunch of different ones. They're wacky, some are helpful, some are not helpful, you know, but they're weird, wacky, you know. There's someone that can talk to animals. Like, there's all different types, you know, different strengths. Some have combat abilities, some don't, and so this one girl, that they're fighting she can summon ghosts, and when the ghosts like pass through the person, they get all depressed, they lose the will to live, and so they're all fighting this girl. Like, some of their strongest fighters are there, in the crew, and Usopp's there too, and the ghosts pass through like all these really strong fighters, and they're all like, I hate myself, I want to die, everything sucks. And it passed through Usopp, but he just stands right back up. And she's like, oh, maybe I missed. And she shoots him again. He's like, no. He's like, I'm just a pessimist. This is what I'm like. And I kind of felt like it was more like depression versus pessimism. But, you know, sometimes translation lost in error. I don't know. But yeah. And so he used his like sad lifestyle, and it made her power totally useless. She couldn't do anything to him because he's like, I'm just depressed. This is just like who I am. And like he was able to beat this big bad that no one else was able to defeat because of his depression and his like, you know, bad times. And I was like, that's really motivating. Like the fact that like, I don't know, even though you're kind of depressed and you're weak, there's still things that you can do that other people can't, even if they seem stronger than you, because like these people are definitely like more powerful than Usopp in terms of like, you know, if you were to put like a tier list together or something. But I was like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. The fact that just, you know, like it was just really motivational for me, because I was like, you know, Usopp, he's not the strongest. It's just, I was just really quite pleased. And the fact he got it, and like he was even really happy about it afterwards too. Like when he beat her, he's like, oh yeah, I did it. I gotta go tell everyone. He was so excited. And I'm like, that's my boy. He's a good egg, and, you know, I really appreciate him, and I don't know, I know he's a fictional character and stuff like that, but I'm just happy for him, okay? And listen, if that doesn't inspire you to watch One Piece, I don't know what's wrong with you, but you really should watch it. It's really good. It's got an interesting story. People will tell you that the first 200 episodes are bad. They're just slower paced. But really, the person who wrote it was like, you can just skip to episode 130. Everything else before that's a prologue. But that's literally what he said. My brother was telling me. So yeah, he's only just starting to really tell his story now. 1,000 episodes in, but I don't know, I'm on episode like 360-ish. And yeah, I don't know. I would recommend it. I think it's good. I think the first 200 episodes are good, and I think whoever tells you otherwise is the impatient liar. Because they're good. They're just slower paced. And less high stakes, because they're not as powerful. But yeah. I don't know. But yeah, so I don't know. I was really happy about that. And I thought it was so cool. And yeah, so there you go. Depression power, babes. Be like Usopp, have powerful depression. That's my goal. Anyways, I don't know if it's yours, but it's mine. So there you go. We're almost finished with this build. Oh my god, I've only got like a minute left. Wow, it's like 2. But we're getting there. Oh my goodness. This is where I was going to put the potion shop, but I did houses instead, as you can see. And I think they're really cute. And then after I do these houses, I just go around. You'll see in a second. But I just kind of look for little things that I wanted to change around the town. So we spend some time like just zooming around the town. I'm like, do I want to change anything here? Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. And I'm just kind of looking around to see if there's anything I can see that I want to change. And then I delete all the stuff out the front, all the things. And then or maybe I do that first. I don't know. Either way, it was pretty satisfying deleting them all. Oh yeah, I put some more signs around too, 'cause it's like we don't have many around here, so let's chuck some signs down. Help people know where they're going. There we go. It was so satisfying deleting all those. And then I had to get rid of the path here too. I eventually make the path bigger, but I think I've done it already pretty much all. So I was like, oh well. But anyways, this speed build part is coming to an end. Enjoy listening to OddNooblet, who was probably a little tired of sounding because I recorded it just as I woke up. So thank you guys so very much. I hope you enjoyed this, and I don't know, over to OddNooblet in a second here. I don't know. Thank you guys. I appreciate you, and I love you, and I don't know, you're amazing. I'm wonderful, and depression power, babes. Hello again. You guys haven't seen a break, but, you know, I've had a break. Well, not really, but there's a cut in recording, and I've not spoken to you yet. So I thought my problem that I had with the hillside video is that we didn't have a moment after I'd built everything to just go and look around. So I thought we'd do that this time and just kind of look and see all the stuff that I did and this, and I don't know, I'm really happy with this. Also, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do like, you know, a bunch of these episodes in a row and get it all done. Wrong. It took me 3 episodes to do this. I did it all like that. It's fine. I'll probably say that earlier in the video, but you know what, it's fine. You know, I've not recorded that part yet, so I don't know. So this is Springtown. I'm really happy with all the pinks and greens. I quite like the roof that we chose. I feel like it's quite, I don't know, fun. It's quite fun, and I think it looks really good. I like how green it is, but it's not like super green. So I think it looks really nice. Because I think the one that's like this one here, I think it would just be, oh no, not this one. I feel like it would be too green, you know what I mean? This one's nice too, but that's like too blue. That's like kind of green. I don't know. I like this because it's kind of brown, but kind of green, and it's, I don't know, it just feels a bit more natural. And a bit more of the vibe. So let's go through and look at all the stuff we've built so far. So obviously this is the entrance, and I've put the moat down and got rid of all my stuff out here. We've got the this little tree here. I really like how this turned out. I think I'd like to do more open area like things, maybe a restaurant. I didn't get to fit my potion shop in. I ran out of space, but maybe Springtown doesn't have any witches, so there's no potions. We got the little stable, and I feel like it's maybe a little small for such a large town, but it is what it is. Like, I didn't want to take up too much space with it. This is the hotel, which I think is really cute. It's I don't know, it just looks nice. Oh my goodness, I've not put fireplaces over here. Oh, let's do that quickly. Let's do that really quick. We'll put some fireplaces down. Gotta have some fire. I really like the way the fire looks. I don't know, I like the smoke hanging out of them. I think it looks cool. I think it adds a lot to the build, having some smoke around. I also put, yesterday when I got off, I didn't record it, but I did put fireplaces on these ones that I built. Okay, let's continue looking at all my stuff. And so we kind of, what did we do after that? We went through here and we built this little sitting area, which I think super cute. I really quite like it. It's different. We've got a couple sitting areas around. I managed to build, like, I don't know, a couple different gazebos. I suppose. But there you go, there's that. Again, I still really like that. I think that's really cool. And we got the bakery, which I think is really cute. I like that it's kind of like, you have to kind of pass through here to get into this area back here. I kind of like how everything is kind of falling on top of each other. And again, I feel like this bit here, it's really tight, but I quite like it. I quite like how you got to kind of like squish in through to get to back here, or maybe you like kind of do that, and like it's a little gazebo here, you know, and then we got this, and it kind of like goes back up here, and da-da-da, and like these were meant to be fancy houses, and I don't think they're too big, but I kind of like them. They're I don't know, they're kind of like, I don't know, they're fancy, but they're not too fancy. And then we kind of go through here. And again, this is another kind of fancy-ish house, but I kind of ran out of space for like building something really big. And then you kind of go through here, and there's another little gazebo, which I thought was quite nice. I put this rail here because I was like, I don't really want anyone falling off. Like, can you imagine? And fall off into the water as a safety hazard, so I put a wall there. Obviously you guys just saw me build this, but I thought the pond here was a nice touch. I kind of like it to be, I don't know, it seems easier to get water from having like a pond here, although they probably would still go to the stream over here, I don't know, but I wanted a pond. I thought it kind of made sense. We don't have many ponds, and I can't put like ponds up here on the hill because it's like, it like looks all crazy. I really like too the only blue in here. I think it kind of makes it stand out a lot, and I quite like it. The fish house, so that's pretty cool. I might try to do a really colorful town at some point and have like nothing matching at all. Which I think could be really fun. But it could also be chaotic and ugly, so we'll see. I like this little area. I put this here because I thought, you know, we're right next to the bridge, so maybe there's like homeless people sleeping with their little sleeping bags. I don't know, with a little tent back here. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe they just like camping. I don't know. But there's some little tent kits here. There's not much space under the bridge, so it's not like they're sleeping under it. But you know what I mean? Like, that was the kind of the vibe with it when I was going there. And then there's these houses, which I would hate to live here. Can you imagine, like, you're, like, right next to the bridge, there's people sitting here. Ugh, that would be the worst. It'd be like living next to the highway. Or the freeway, whatever you guys want to call it. This one's a little better, but not by much. And then I like this, like, cake tier thing that I've been doing for, like, statues. I really wish there was, like, some outdoor statues that we could, like, decorate with. Like, some fountains and stuff. I don't know. I feel like that would be nice. Like, especially now like, Clutter's not linked to stuff anymore. Like, you can unlink it. I really wish that we could just, like, put down some fountains, or, like, we need, like, another button here that puts all the Clutter stuff and, like, lets us do that sort of stuff. I don't know. But yeah, so that's kind of, I think, really cool. And then we've got these little houses here. I like that we got, like, the little, I don't know, shared space here, little courtyard spot. And you know how I always complain about not having any vegetables? Like, why don't I just put the pumpkins down? So it doesn't quite look like a pumpkin farm, but it definitely looks, I think, a bit more vegetable-y than whatever else I've got going on, like using the flowers. So I'm quite happy with that. I really like how it looks. This is meant to be like a silo here, and this is meant to look farmish, so that's pretty cool. And then we've obviously got I like this little walkway I did. I thought it could be a fun way to fill up the space. I don't think the arches are all even, but it's close enough. I like that it's covered in too. I think that was a nice needed touch. But yeah, I think it's pretty nice. I like the vibe of it. I feel like it was a good kind of thing, because I was like, I don't really want to put a house there because it would make it hard to traverse. So having like a little walkway I thought would work. And yeah, I don't know. I really like this house here too. I think it's quite nice. I don't know. I like that there's an entrance here and an entrance here. I will say though, my one thing that I don't really like about this town, is the walkways. So, like, do you see that? Like, look at that. Like, it's just the hill is really, really steep. And I feel like, I don't know, I would roll my ankle walking in and out. I would definitely take this road here. But there's a lot of spots where, like, again, like here, and like this is the only entrance to the place, is just because of how the terrain is, that it I don't know. I just wish it could be flatter, but I can't, like, change a bit of the terrain to, like, because it will affect the whole hill. So, like, I can't really change anything. The thing I could really do is build it further back to where it's, like, fitting, but I didn't want to put it, like, so it connects to the castle. I don't know. Talking about the castle, this is it. I'm pretty happy with it. I feel like there still could be something here, but I feel like in terms of size, it's okay. Like, it's big and it takes up a lot of space, but it also doesn't overwhelm the town, because I feel like if it was much bigger, it would take over too much of the town. I also really like putting sunflowers in here to, like, because I think purple and yellow look pretty good together, and I feel like it kind of matches. Like, I don't know, it looks nice. And sunflowers are also my favorite, so, you know. But yeah, I quite like it. I think it's cute. It definitely could be more, but I think given the vibe of the town that we were going for, I think that's really all we wanted. And we have another one of these little tiered things here. And then we've got the blacksmith area out here, which I think is super cute. I still really like this spot. I like how I managed to look this area and the bakery, how, like, I managed to make both of, like, the fireplaces, I guess, look quite different. And then, yeah, I really like how this little area with the well turned out too. Like, you know, I like how this connects here with, like, the laundry. I like, I like how it looks. And I kind of like, I feel like, we've got a good mix of, like, having, like, so there's, like, a commercial thing here. There's a public space here. Residential, public space, and there's, like, I don't know, I feel like I've mixed it really well to have, like, residential public spaces all around and also commercial spaces, and so I feel like it's kind of, it works well in terms of, like, town design. I don't know, it's kind of like a good mix, and, you know, the nobles are still more, like, closer to the castle and stuff like that. And not, like, these people are pretty close here, but they're still, like, on the bottom part of the hill. This person's on the bottom part of the hill, but I don't know, they're close enough. They're like, yeah, look, I'm part of the nobles. And they're like, they got, like, a tiny foot in noble territory. I don't know. But yeah, so I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. But we should also look at it at nighttime, because fuck yeah, you know what I mean? I love looking at this game at nighttime. It's so pretty. Like, look at that. It's 10 out of 10. I'm actually potentially going to put some more lights down as we walk around through here. If I feel we need a couple more, like... Oh, no, I don't like that. Yeah, that looks cute. Okay, sorry. I just felt like that needed a bit more light. There we go. And you know what? Let's put one down here too. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, that's much better. So yeah, we got all the lights. I also really like with this cake how I put this wall here to kind of separate it. Like, so, like, you don't, like, if you're sitting here, you're not going to be able to see up what's going on up there. It would help with noise dividing too. I mean, obviously not much because it's not a huge wall, but I don't know, I feel like it would help. Also, I love how the petals fall here. Man, I'm excited to build something else big again. I'm really quite enjoying these larger builds. They take a lot longer, but I had a good old time with it, so I don't know. Look at that. Gosh, that's so pretty. Not to be dramatic and, like, talk about how cool my stuff looks, but I really love the way it looks and how it turned out. Ah, that's so cool. I'll give you the bird's eye too. Yeehaw. There you go. So, everybody, that is Springtown. I hope you enjoyed watching these past few episodes, and I don't know. Thank you guys so very much, and I'll see you all next time. Maybe building something big again, maybe not. Who knows? I don't. We'll find out. I'll talk to you all next time. Bye-bye.